world does not ask for your permission to change. It shifts without warning. It storms without apology. It withholds answers, delivers confusion, and offers chaos when all you asked for was clarity. And yet within this swirling, uncontrollable reality, there is a quiet place you can always return to. Not a destination, but a decision. Not a fortress of stone, but a discipline of the soul. This place is the self-mastered. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. These words are not just ancient wisdom, they are a map that leads inward, especially when the outer world feels too vast, too unpredictable, or too loud. To master yourself is not to dominate life, but to step out of the race that tries to. Because mastery is not about winning control over others or changing what cannot be changed. It is about returning moment after moment, breath after breath, to the one thing that is always yours, your response. The way you interpret the world, the meaning you assign, the energy you choose to carry. Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." And how true that is. Much of our pain comes not from what happens, but from our resistance to what happens. From our constant internal protest that things should be different, that life should follow our plans. But the Stoics saw this resistance as the source of suffering. The more you demand from life, the more it will disappoint you. The more you attach to outcomes, the more you'll feel shaken when they escape your grasp. And escape they will. Because no matter how intelligent, strong, or prepared you are, the world does not bend to your will. But what if peace never required it to? What if calm was not the result of life behaving, but the result of you choosing your posture within it? What if strength was found not in resistance, but in release? There is great freedom in accepting the limits of your control. You stop wasting energy fighting battles you cannot win. You stop trying to control the weather and instead prepare your inner shelter. You stop shouting at the sea and instead learn to steer your vessel. Mastery of the self begins with the humbling truth that much is not yours. Not people, not outcomes, not time, not the future, not even your own body fully. But there is something that is always yours, your will, your intention, your values, your presence, your ability to return to what matters when the noise tries to distract you. Epictetus reminds us we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. This is not passivity. It is power, the kind that no one can take. Because if you wait for the world to be calm before you can be calm, then your peace will always be conditional. But if you learn to build calm from within, the storms lose their power. To master yourself is to observe your emotions without being ruled by them. It is to hear the voice of fear and not obey it. It is to feel anger rise and not let it speak for you. It is to witness discomfort and not immediately run from it. It is to know your preferences but not be owned by them. Most people live like leaves in the wind, blown around by moods, by headlines, by other people's opinions. But the Stoic learns to stand like a tree rooted in reason, in values, in something deeper than impulse. This does not mean you become numb. On the contrary, you feel everything, but are mastered by nothing. You become like still water, deep, aware, present. The modern world pulls us constantly away from ourselves. Notifications, comparisons, ambitions, expectations, all tug at the mind, luring it outward. But Stoicism is the call back in. It is the daily practice of returning to the self, asking, what is mine to do today? What is mine to feel? What is mine to release? What is mine to accept? You are not a puppet on the strings of circumstance. You are not defined by what happens to you, but by what you do with it. This is not just philosophy. It is liberation. Imagine waking up and no longer needing everything to go your way. Imagine the lightness of that. Imagine the power of not being shaken by every opinion, every delay, every rejection. Imagine being able to smile gently, even when the plan falls apart, because you know your worth does not. Imagine walking through life with a quiet fire inside, not loud, not dramatic, but steady. A dignity, a presence, a grace. This is what it means to master yourself. Not to escape life, but to meet it fully with clarity, calm, and courage. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say, or think or do, only what you do." In a world obsessed with outcomes and applause, this is a rare path, but it is one worth walking. Because when you stop needing to control everything, you finally start living freely. When you stop chasing approval, you return to your own values. When you stop resisting change, you learn how to adapt. And that adaptability is strength. The Stoic does not expect ease. He expects life to be hard and prepares for it with serenity. The Stoic does not seek to escape pain, but to transform it into wisdom. The Stoic does not beg for peace, but becomes it. Self-mastery is not achieved in a day. It is earned daily, through discipline, through silence, through choosing your response again and again, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Because each time you resist the urge to lash out, to blame, to panic, you build strength. Each time you pause before speaking, breathe before reacting, question before assuming, you grow. This is not weakness. This is the highest form of strength. It's easy to be reactive. It's easy to let the world push you around emotionally. It's easy to blame. But mastery, that is rare. And rare things shine quietly. The Stoics didn't write for applause. They wrote for the soul. And their words remain because they speak to something eternal. A part of us that knows we were not meant to be ruled by every passing emotion. We were not meant to live as slaves to things we cannot control. We were meant to live from within, from principle, from presence, from peace. So when the world becomes too much, come back to your breath. Come back to what you can control. Come back to your posture, your intention, your clarity. You will never master the chaos outside, but you can master your inner life. And in doing so, you'll find something the world cannot take: a calm that doesn't depend on calmness, a freedom that doesn't depend on escape, and a strength that doesn't shout. No man is free, said Epictetus, who is not master of himself. So be free, be still, be sovereign, not over the world, but over your own soul. If this reflection has stirred something within you, consider joining us on the path of inner strength and quiet wisdom. Subscribe to the Stoic Shine and let timeless philosophy guide your modern life.